Hello everyone. Welcome back to Jikook Magic. This time, we're going to talk about something that once again shook the fandom. From Park Jimin's return to Korea after dazzling the world in Paris, to one small action from Jungkook that managed to trigger massive drama among fans. This wasn't just an ordinary moment. What happened at Incheon Airport this time felt different. There was a mysterious energy that made everyone stop for a second just to gaze at Jimin. While on the other hand, a single TikTok follow from Jungkook opened up a whole new chapter of speculation. So what really happened? Let's dive deeper. Jimin's return to Korea after captivating everyone in Paris over the past few days was clearly no ordinary moment. As always, every step he took seemed to become big news. But this time, the atmosphere felt different. Incheon Airport was suddenly filled with an energy that was hard to explain. Camera flashes came from every direction. Fans' screams echoed, and the name Jimin resounded with an undying passion. It was as if the world stopped for a moment just to look at him. What's interesting is that the public saw another side of him this time. Just a few days earlier, Jimin had stood on an international stage in Paris with a sensual aura and immense confidence, leaving a deep impression on anyone who saw him. But now, he appeared in a completely different way. Soft, sweet, full of smiles, and radiating warmth. This is what many fans call the uniqueness of Jimin's duality. Just imagine, in an instant, an artist can showcase two completely different faces. On stage, he becomes a charismatic, magnetic figure, almost untouchable. But off stage, he turns into a sweet, friendly, even adorable man. This contrast is what makes millions of hearts around the world fall in love with him, over and over again, without ever getting tired. It's no wonder that Jungkook, the person closest to him, once casually said, "Jimin is cute." It might sound simple at first, but it shows that even those closest to him feel the same unique charm. What's more interesting is that Jimin himself seems to be aware of this side. He knows how powerful his influence is on the people around him, yet he never exaggerates it. That sweet side flows naturally, effortlessly, as if it's a part of him that can never be hidden. But behind Jimin's soft smile and calming aura, the fandom was once again shaken. This time not because of his stage performance or airport fashion. Not even because of his direct interaction with fans. It was because of one small action from Jungkook, pressing the follow button on TikTok. For outsiders, this might sound trivial. But in the fandom world, even the smallest action from an idol can spark long discussions, even heated debates. As soon as the news spread that Jungkook had followed an account, rumors exploded. That account was said to be a Taekook account. Immediately, wild narratives appeared. Some called it new proof, while others celebrated it as if it was the long-awaited confirmation. But if you look closer, the reality wasn't that exciting. The account Jungkook followed actually belonged to a Taeyoung fan. But that was on Twitter, not TikTok. On TikTok, the account only contained fan art, individual fan drawings of Jungkook and Taeyoung. There wasn't a single post portraying them as a couple, let alone in a romantic light. Even the bio was clean without any ship indication. Most likely, what happened was simply this. Jungkook was scrolling through his For You page. He came across a drawing of himself posted by that account. He liked it, saw that the account even used his photo as a profile picture, and thought, "Oh, this is the fan artist who drew me." Then he pressed follow. No codes, no hidden messages. But as always, some of the fandom couldn't hold back. That simple action was blown out of proportion. Narratives were twisted back and forth to match what they wanted to believe. TikTok content started popping up, some even putting out clickbait titles as if Jungkook had just given proof of love. Ironically, this drama highlighted an old, familiar pattern: double standards. Let's compare it with a past incident. Some time ago, Jungkook once followed a Jikook account on TikTok. What happened? Instead of being celebrated, he was heavily attacked. Fans who rejected the Jikook narrative immediately criticized him, accused him of all sorts of things, and even pressured him to unfollow. The pressure was so intense that Jungkook eventually did unfollow. Strangely enough, there was even a silly theory claiming it wasn't his doing but rather a company mistake. That theory was forced to sound logical, but clearly it was nonsense. All just to deny the fact that Jungkook himself consciously chose to follow that account. Now, compare it with the current situation. When Jungkook followed a fan art account owned by a Taeyoung fan, part of the fandom celebrated it grandly. They treated it as confirmation of love, even as undeniable proof. This contradiction reveals a certain fandom mindset. If it's related to Jikook, attacked, twisted, or theories made to deny it. If it's related to Taekook, celebrated, defended, and immediately accepted as real. But the truth is simple. Jungkook is just an artist who appreciates his fans' work. He likes fan art and shows appreciation in a simple way. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jimin wasn't spared from drama either. After holding a Weverse live, his heartfelt words were twisted by the media. For anyone who watched that live, it was clear how honest and emotional Jimin was when speaking. He shared his personal reflections on adult life. Living well isn't easy. The more I move forward, the more I realize how hard it is to be an adult. Simple words, yet deeply meaningful. He was speaking as an ordinary human being, acknowledging the heavy responsibilities, commitments, and challenges that come with time. Not a single word mentioned relationships, exes, or love. It was just the heartfelt thoughts of a man whose life happens to be constantly under the world's spotlight. But as soon as the live ended, the media once again pulled their old trick. Clickbait headlines. One headline even read, BTS's Jimin reveals his first thoughts after breaking up with his ex. Living well isn't easy. Imagine the impact. Casual readers would instantly assume Jimin had just gone through a breakup. Yet, if you read the actual content, it had nothing to do with heartbreak at all. The problem is, the media only cares about clicks, views, and shares. Worse still, these misleading articles were then directly translated by other outlets, especially Spanish-language ones. Some even spiced them up further to sound more dramatic. They claimed they were just translating, but in reality, they were actively spreading false information. This is the recurring pattern. International media creates a fake headline. Other outlets translate without clarification. The article spreads widely on social media. Thousands of people end up believing something Jimin never said. Whenever fans try to correct the narrative, the media always has the same excuse. We're just translating. But if their true purpose was to share information, they should write facts, not add drama. For true fans, Jimin's words were easy to understand. He just wanted to share a universal human feeling. How hard it is to live as an adult. Sadly, that beautiful side is often ignored. The media prefers to twist his words for profit. If we connect the dots, there are two major patterns that keep repeating. The fandom blows up small things, like Jungkook simply pressing follow, into big narratives to suit their agenda. The media twists artists' words, like Jimin's sincere reflections, into fake stories for the sake of sensation. And in the end, the ones who suffer the most are the artists themselves. Jimin and Jungkook are just ordinary people who want to create, share, and occasionally show their personal sides. Yet their simple actions are constantly twisted, pulled apart, and turned into endless debates. There are three undeniable truths we must remember. Jimin is a figure with extraordinary duality. He can captivate the world with his charisma on stage, then warm hearts with his gentleness off stage. Jungkook is an artist who appreciates his fans' work. He enjoys fan art and doesn't hesitate to show appreciation. The rest is just noise. Fake narratives, rumors, and double standards from fandoms and the media are illusions that have nothing to do with reality. So, if there's one lesson to take away, it's this: we need to be wiser. Don't get provoked by rumors, don't blindly trust sensational headlines, and don't let fandom bias overshadow who they really are. Humans with hearts, thoughts, and their own stories. At the end of the day, the truth is always simpler than the drama that's fabricated. And that's it, everyone. From Park Jimin's captivating duality that never fails to make the world fall in love, to Jungkook's simple action that once again proves how fandoms can twist the smallest things into big drama. In the end, Jimin and Jungkook are just humans who want to create, smile, and appreciate our support. The rest is just outside noise. So, what do you think? Was the fandom's reaction this time reasonable, or was it way too much? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the latest updates on Jikook. See you in the next video, only on Jikook Magic.